thinking of moving to San Diego, or you've already moved to San Diego, you're new here, this is your all-in-one, comprehensive, one-stop shop relocation guide to San Diego.
The only video you need to watch before moving to San Diego, and it's going to start right now. So let's talk about history and culture here in San Diego. We're in probably one of the most famous spots in all of San Diego, Balboa Park.
Right.
Cool place to check out.
Which is, I just read the other day, twice the size of Central Park in New York. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
That's amazing. I had no idea. So I just think this is a great place to invest your time. If you are a resident in San Diego, you've moved here, this will definitely, I think, be someplace that you visit at least a couple times a year.
For sure.
So they have a Balboa Park Explorer Pass that you could get for you or for your family. They have all different plans, all different pricing, whatever you're looking for, but also the zoo at Balboa Park, the very famous San Diego Zoo. That's another great one to get if you think you're going to visit even 3 times in a year.
I think even if you go twice, it pays for itself.
It pays for itself. That would definitely be something that I would say is worth it as a resident living here.
When we moved here, we always kind of tested a different one every year because, I mean, if you try to do all the memberships in San Diego, it can add up very quickly.
Right, gets expensive.
So we try to do like the zoo one year, maybe we'll do the Legoland one year.
SeaWorld one year, sure,
so
absolutely.
There's a lot of different ones to choose from here in San Diego.
That's right.
So just kind of pick what your favorite thing is that year. If you get tired of it, try a new one next year.
So it's really does make sense to get that Balboa Park Explorer Pass because there are 17 museums in Balboa Park. It's actually the largest urban cultural park in the United States.
Was it North America? Was it North America? Or was it
yes, North America.
Yeah. So, which is pretty crazy. I mean, you don't realize how big Balboa Park is until you get here.
Until you get here,
yeah. The zoo is actually part of Balboa Park. The golf courses.
That's right. There's gardens,
museum areas,
museums. Well. Yeah, so it's comprised of like a ton of different spaces. You're
Especially when you first move here and people come to visit you, because when you live in San Diego, a lot of people tend to come visit.
This is where you got to go.
This is really a good meeting place for people to kind of explore what San Diego is all about.
That's right, and walkable.
For sure.
So walkable.
Love walkable neighborhoods.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's talk about sports teams here in San Diego. Fun fact, we do not have a lot of them.
Right.
So actually, we're the only city in the entire country that has not won a World Series, a Super Bowl, or an NBA championship. And we only actually have one of those teams now, which is the San Diego Padres, which we're standing right outside Petco Park. Things you should need to know about if you want to go to Padre games here. Parking is very expensive.
Yeah, and hard to find in general.
And hard to find. There's only like 2 large parking lots around here, which I think is kind of crazy for having a whole baseball stadium here.
You know how many people fit in this stadium? Yeah.
You can buy parking tickets ahead of time, but it's probably going to cost you anywhere from like $35 to $50.
55 or 60 bucks
sometimes
even.
More, especially if it's a really popular game like opening day or something like that. So other sports teams we have here are mostly college teams. We also will have one MLS team, the women's one, and we actually have a men's MLS team coming soon.
We have a rugby
team. San Diego Football Club, the Legion.
The Legion.
So if you're a big sports fan, you might be out of luck as far as being gigantic sports.
How about the Gulls?
The Gulls. We do have a
minor league
stuff.
stuff.
I think it's the minor league hockey team for the Ducks, I think.
Is that who they were? Yeah.
Yes. Back check that for me.
Yeah.
The sports teams here, they're a little, I would say, I might get a little hate for this, little fair weather. So you get a lot of people from out of town coming to games here because San Diego is such a destination city. When people want to travel for a team, you'll get a lot of away teams.
Even if you're not a big sports fan though, I mean, here we are at Petco Park. Petco Park is so great to come and visit. The food, the drinks. If you're not in it for the sports, at least just come and support them It was
actually voted the best ballpark in the country last year.
It's gorgeous. And as you can hear, they are still working on it. I mean, they're constantly improving.
Doing Gallagher Square, which is the outfield out in Petco Park. So a lot of cool things going on and a lot of beeping.
A lot of construction noise. Here at the end of the gas lamp district,
gas lamp district.
Which if you have relocated to San Diego and you are an actual resident, you may not spend that much time here because this really is the tourist
hub of San Diego.
It is. It's 100%.
Mission Beach probably the biggest tourist attraction.
Exactly. So you've got lots of hotels, restaurants, shopping, obviously, because this is where there's lots of people that come to stay. You're right on the water. It is really fun when you're young.
Yeah.
Not that we're not young anymore, but I mean, there's bars, there's stuff that actually stays open later than like 9 p.m., 10
This will
p.m.
be a place you will go frequent often if you're like us, live in North County.
Yeah.
You come down here, maybe after a Padre game, you might come out.
Exactly. Or if you have family in town and they want to see it and just experience it, you can. But be aware, they do gouge you on the prices a little bit. The food's more expensive.
Sure.
I mean, they're aware who their audience is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is not us.
No.
Okay, let's talk about one of my favorite topics that I don't think we've ever talked about is transportation here in San Diego.
Yeah.
What's transportation like here?
Well, okay, so we're here at a little public transportation spot, but that's generous. I would call that pretty generous
This
because
is the trolley line.
This is the trolley line, which can kind of take you around downtown. How far exactly does this
It goes
go?
all the way up to UTC now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It goes up decently far, but basically before you get to North County, it stops.
And as I'm seeing on the sign here, also to Santee. So a little bit
Through
East
La Mesa.
County,
Yep.
East County inland. So yeah, the trolley's convenient if you can use that. If you're looking for something that gets you a little further afield, a little broader. Obviously, we don't have a huge infrastructure so you're pretty much
very fast.
You're getting on the freeway, which I do think the freeway moves really, really well, actually.
Yeah.
And before you get on the freeway, make sure you have your California driver's license. So now that you're a resident and you're living here, you have 10 days. I think I said this in another one of our videos.
I don't think anybody ever gets it within 10 days.
I know, but you gotta try. As soon as you've established residency, you have technically 10 days to get a California driver's license if you don't already have one. So how about the airport here? I know we talk about that a lot.
We've talked about this a few times, obviously, on this channel here. It's a small airport, relatively, for an international airport. There's only 2 terminals, or actually
one runway.
Terminal. Yes, well, one runway, so you can't have multiple planes landing at the same exact time.
Yeah, it's tough.
So it becomes a little challenging especially if you want international flights. They say it's an international airport, but they have very limited flights internationally.
That's true.
You can go direct to like London, like some of the major cities, but outside of that, you're gonna have to do connecting
flights, sure. If you want to, you do keep in mind that we are only a 2-hour drive from LAX, where the flights might be a little bit cheaper, and you have just about every flight you can think of. I mean, wherever you're trying to go, you can get there through LA.
And that airport has like 7 terminals, multiple runways.
Yeah.
It gets pretty crazy up there, so also plan accordingly.
Right. So that I would say maybe is a perk of the San Diego airport. I don't ever feel like it's really crazy slammed.
Yeah, it's been a little bit bad because they're doing all the construction with the terminal right now, but other than that, it's actually not terrible to get in and out of. So.
Yeah, it's good.
And if you do not want to take the San Diego International Airport, a couple other options you can go to, or one other option, is the Tijuana Airport, which is only probably an extra 20-minute drive from San Diego Airport.
Yeah.
And if you're traveling frequently, especially to Mexico, it's way cheaper, probably like a third of the price. And it's actually very easy. You kind of park on the U.S. side and cross a bridge. Everyone says when you cross the bridge, it feels like you're outdoors. This is all enclosed indoors going into Mexico.
Right. That's a good little local tip, I'd say.
We just did that over Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So if you relocate here, keep that in mind if you need to fly anywhere.
Especially if you like to go to Cabo or Puerto Vallarta or any of the other
That's the way to do it, right?
beautiful destinations in Mexico.
So that's our take on the transportation here, guys.
Hopefully you enjoyed
Just a little bit.
All right, now let's talk about the job market here and what kind of industries we have here in San Diego.
Yeah, so we're right in front of the convention center, which attracts a lot of conventions.
I gotta say this is one of the busiest convention centers there is in
There's always something going on.
The country,
and it's huge and it's pretty easily accessible. It's close to the airport. So if you're coming in for business from out of town, it's easy to get to. So the #1 employer in San Diego is the military, the US Navy. People don't always think of as far as employers, but I mean, this is a huge military town. We have every branch of the military here, correct?
Yeah.
So that's #1. Also healthcare. We've got Scripps,
Rady's,
Sharp.
Sharp.
Yeah.
Drawing a blank on the other ones, but we have a lot of
Kaiser Permanente. I mean, we've got a ton of healthcare here, and not only is a ton of research hospitals and research centers. So UCSD has a huge medical research center.
It's one of the biggest ones in the country.
Exactly.
I think, so
biotech is also really big here. We've got a huge Qualcomm location.
For sure. And just tech in general. Qualcomm is probably the biggest one, but we've also in recent years we've had Google, Apple opened a huge office of like 5,000 people now.
Yep.
So it's definitely been growing, especially I've only been here like 8 or 9 years now, but it's grown tremendously since I've moved here a short time ago.
So what's the median income then with all of these?
The median income here is $80,000, right around $80,000 here. And they say to live comfortably for a single person in San Diego, you have to make $65,000.
For a single person, clarify.
Which I think seems like a little low for a single person, but I guess you can get away with it if you have roommates and that sort of thing. And,
live,
share
some housing.
For sure. So
it's so loud and so busy here today. I just have to mention.
Lots of bells and whistles
Oh
going
my
on
gosh.
in downtown San Diego.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about shopping, your favorite thing to talk about here in San
Is it
Diego.
though? Yeah. Well, so we're at Seaport Village, which is a cute place to shop. You're not going to have like your big anchor stores here, but this is a great place to go.
Just like a lot of mom and pop shops.
Exactly, a lot of locally owned smaller businesses. So if you're looking for something kind of unique, this would be a great place to go. Also, obviously, food and drinks, and it's on the water, so it's a beautiful place to go.
For sure.
But if you're looking for like a larger scale shopping experience, like a mall with like a Macy's or a Bloomingdale's,
the big box shops.
The big box shops. We've got Fashion Valley Mall in Mission Valley.
Yeah.
We have Westfield UTC, which we did a video. Check that video out. That was a good one. That's in sort of La Jolla University City area.
Liberty Station, which is also kind of has a little feel to this. It's probably more restaurants than shopping.
Yeah.
We do have some boutique shops and
They
galleries.
do. That's a fun place to go.
Like outlets, you can go check out the Carlsbad outlets up in Carlsbad, obviously.
There's also
outlets down south, like almost near the borders.
Yeah, there are. Yes, I think there are. And there's also what I call like an indoor mall in the Escondido area. Indoor mall, like it's all inside. I know. But like coming from the East Coast, it's all indoor malls.
Yeah.
So up in Escondido, they have another Westfield location. That's Westfield, North County. And you've got you've got a Target, you've got a Macy's. It's a great place to hit for holiday shopping too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are sitting out here on a beautiful day here in San Diego. It's actually supposed to be cloudy today, and it actually ended up being quite sunny here. So one of the big reasons I moved to San Diego is because there's so many things to do for adults and for kids here. So these are all big parts of why we live here. And there's like, if you got young kids like we do, you can go to all the amusement parks that we talked about. There's Legoland, there's SeaWorld, there's the Safari Park, there's the Birch Aquarium. There's Seaport Village, which we're hanging out here right now.
Right.
You can do aquatic boat rides, you can do jet skis.
Lots of stuff on the water.
Yes.
One of the things that makes it so great living in San Diego is the weather. I mean, it makes it totally conducive for outdoor activities in general, all year round. We're going to tell you it is December. It is the week before Christmas as we are filming this, and it is probably
75 degrees.
70 degrees. It's sunny, it's warm, it feels great. And honestly, I think you get pretty mild and moderate temperature all year round, and it's pretty consistent. So
for sure.
That's one of the reasons why so many people do want to move here and do end up moving here. I mean, it's just the quality of life. You pay your sunshine dollars for sure, but it's well worth it. And like you said, we're sitting here at Seaport Village, and we do have an entire Seaport Village video
you can check out
just filmed.
Right up here somewhere.
That's right. Click on that somewhere, and you can see that entire shopping center where we were just walking.
One thing you also should invest on, and they actually sell them here at Seaport Village, are sunglasses. Because I forgot mine today, and it's very painful for me when I forget my sunglasses. Invest in sunglasses and sunscreen, and you will be good to go. And hats. There you go. And what about like music venues here for like adults?
Right here where we are right now by Seaport Village, the Rady Shell is directly across from us, which is really amazing venue.
Which is my favorite spot.
That they just opened in the last few years here, that's right on the water. They get some pretty big names there. They also do orchestra, symphony type stuff. There's also at the Waterfront Park, they hold some bigger festivals. There's an electronic music festival I think they do there.
That one, but.
Yeah, Crossed or something it's called. I'm not sure, but they actually hold a lot of concerts there. Again, you're outside. That's how great our weather is, is that they book these concerts, and it's 90% of the time.
We got Petco Park also puts on a lot of shows, and they got the Chula Vista Amphitheater down in Chula Vista.
That's right.
They got the Sound in Del Mar now, and like the Belly Up is also, they have smaller bands that come down too.
Venues.
So
You're
great,
right.
If you're a music fan, can't really beat it here in San Diego. So another good selling point about living here in our America's finest city are the schools here. So we are standing outside UC San Diego, which is one of the many great colleges we have here in San Diego. We also have San Diego State. We have University of San Diego.
Yeah, private college.
We have Cal State San Marcos.
Yep. There's San Diego City College. I mean, there's plenty of junior colleges, like community college style schools. This school itself, UCSD, is really big. I think there's somewhere north of 40,000 students here.
I did not realize there was that many people at the school.
I think last time I checked, it was pretty large, but it's a really cool campus, and they have a lot of affiliations with like the research, the medical research sort of center, research and development around here. So obviously a beautiful campus. You can't tell from where we're standing right here, but we are probably 1 block from the beach.
Yep, which is crazy.
Which is amazing.
My school is surrounded by about 40,000 cows, and then there were students. I went to Penn State.
to school in Amish country.
So there you go. So different than the way we grew up.
So obviously this is higher education, but as far as K through 12 and even before that, I mean TK, pre-K, our public schools here in San Diego just cannot be beat as far as
for sure
scores, test scores, and you look at teach.com or greatschools.com.
Yeah, there's 3 school districts here ranked in the top 5 in all of California.
Entire state
which
of
is
California.
pretty hard to do. I think it's probably the only place that could say that in California.
Right, so I mean you can't really go wrong with the public schools. There's also great private schools, I will say that as well, if you're looking for a parochial education or something a little more focused on it, like a STEM type school or something like that. San Diego also has a ton to offer.
Yeah, and the public schools are a big reason why we moved to San Diego from Los Angeles.
Right, a lot of
big
people.
Selling point for me and my wife. Too.
I'd say a lot of people that is the selling point, and that's where a lot of people start their home search. Is just looking at the schools and seeing where they think the best schools are, and then choosing a home based on that sort of feature pattern. If you're a new resident to San Diego and you are having a child that will be enrolled in school, you just want to be sure that you get them registered at the school that your neighborhood feeds into. Obviously, you will know what that school is when you move. Registration is usually around March, I think, of every year for the following school year. If you're coming in late, that's okay. Obviously, they do accept students all year long. Sometimes the schools get impacted, so sometimes the schools do fill up and you maybe don't get
You've gone through that a couple times.
I've gone through that 3 times where you don't get your neighborhood school, but then they'll just put you in another school maybe for that 1 school year.
And then you can go back to your home school
hopefully
the next year.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just know you're not guaranteed to get it.
In demand these schools are too. I mean, really. That's pretty incredible.
And what about school buses? Do we have school buses here?
Very limited school bus type setup. So you pay to use the school bus. At least for Poway Unified, it's about $600 to $700 a year, I believe. And there's maybe only 2 buses that go to the school.
They pick you up pretty early too, I think. Too, and a lot of the schools are like neighborhood schools, so they do kind of design the neighborhoods around the schools sometimes.
That's right.
So a lot of people can walk to. We cannot walk to our schools.
No, not me either.
Theoretically, walk to the high school.
Oh yeah, the high school, the middle school, but your elementary school is a little ways away. But they do encourage people to ride bikes and walk to the neighborhood school.
Yep, for sure. All right, now let's talk about neighborhoods here in San Diego. Obviously, this is a very important part about what area you choose of San Diego. So there's about 6 different sections you could say about San Diego. Right now, we are North County Coastal. There's also North County Inland, which entails like Escondido, Rancho Penasquitos, Carmel Valley, places like that. If you want to go down to Central, we're more walkable locations. You're talking about North Park, South Park, areas around downtown and Balboa Park. Then there's Central Coast, which is La Jolla, Mission Beach. And then we have South Bay, which is like the Chula Vistas areas, that sort of thing. And then we also have East County, which entails like Santee, El Cajon, La Mesa. Lots of different neighborhoods to choose from, and they're all a little bit different from each other here. Well.
I love that you were able to just rattle all of those off.
I know the Mountain Area all too 100% too well, just because this is what we do for a living.
Yeah, I just love that you were able to get through all of them.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah, it was. Nice job.
So like you said, there's all different neighborhoods here. So if you want something more suburban, you can check out some of the North County neighborhoods, or maybe go down South Bay to Chula Vista. Yeah. Also very popular.
Something a little more walkable.
Walkable metro feel. You do the area
downtown. North Park, South Park, Normal Heights, Kensington. Those are all.
And if you just want to go straight to the beach, check out Central Coast or North County Coastal.
Yeah, Lucia, Encinitas, those are all really lovely areas. We're here at Torrey Pines right now. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yeah, we're just south of Del Mar, basically, which is another great North County coastal beach town.
Yes.
So there's a little bit of everything for you guys here in San Diego. So that was our guide to the ultimate relocation guide to San Diego. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We also have a PDF version in the description below. So if you guys want to take a look at that, feel free. And if this is your first time to our channel, please subscribe to our channel as we post new videos every week. And if you're ever looking to buy or sell in San Diego, we'd love to help you out.
Yes, we would. And as we end so many of our videos, we're here at Roberto's, we're trying to get some burritos, and that's how we like to end.
This is how we roll.
A long day of filming.
Thanks for watching.
Catch
us next time.
Bye.